Go record. All right. Hey George, we're recording live, so you can use this as a tool later, and I'm also going to post this in the Facebook group. So you're brand new. You've expressed to me that you want to have more clarity on the compensation plan, right?
That's right. Thank you, Dave.
And you've watched the presentation. You've watched what the company has in videos, and you've watched some of my trainings as well, right? But you have some specific questions that need to be answered in more clarity, right?
Right. Maybe in a different way, maybe a different perspective.
Yeah.
I have to receive it sometimes from a different perspective, and that's when it clicks in for me.
Yeah, and
I
actually be
believe.
able to talk to a human, right, as we go through
E-
it. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
okay, so let's do this. So you enrolled and you got on the products and you're having great results, right? So when we enroll somebody, what we're doing is we're adding them to our team, let's say, or our group or our organization. These are some of the words that, like like we were talking about earlier, we start using some of this terminology with this comp plan, and our brain cells can't even connect to it, right? Because we've never even heard these terms before. And what do you mean I'm in your organization? And so we want to bridge that gap. That's called the normalcy bias. We don't even have brain cells that could relate to that. So we want to bridge that gap and make it familiar and get it to a point where we realize, whoa, the way I'm doing it now, trading time for money with my job. I mean, I'm in the same place I've been for the last 20 years, right? As a mechanic for 15 years, I would still be in the same place. Here I am 10 years later with isogenics. So in 25 years, I would still be trading time for money and pretty much in the same scenario. So when you see how this compensation plan works and the principles behind it, and you really understand it, it does what I call it creates being psychologically unemployable. You realize, whoa, the way I'm doing it now does not serve me because I could be doing it this way, and it gets so exciting that you lose sleep. It's 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 very empowering to truly understand the principles of what's right there available to you, what's in your lap right now. Make sense?
Absolutely. I've been doing it for 25 years. Absolutely makes sense.
Yeah. And how long is your commute? You were telling me it's like some crazy 4 hours or something like that. You're on the road.
You know, we spoke on Thursday, Dave. I think Wednesday we spoke, and it was raining. Remember? And I said, well, I don't think I said about, my commute back home, it was going to be 3 hours, but it happened to be 5 hours, man. So it was horrible. So yeah,
Wow. I mean, that's what we go through, right? That's called survival mode. I was in
but
survival mode for a lot of years.
absolutely. But you know what? I really proud of myself because I had to kick in the LNR law in there, and it didn't feel like anything.
Yeah, yeah. You responded rather than reacting like most people because you learned
Abs
how to respond.
ab-
Well, let's learn
Absolutely.
how to respond to create some freedom for you and your family, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so when you enrolled, you paid $29, and that gives you the products at the same price I get them for. So we're cutting out the middleman. We're buying direct from the manufacturer. Um, when you go to renew, if you want to renew your membership at the end of the year, it's $19. Okay. Now, and I do that at Costco. We have a membership to Costco, so we get a buy at wholesale buying power, but I had to pay a membership. But the thing that's different here is you can turn what you're purchasing to consume for yourself, like when you go to the grocery store. But the difference is you could actually promote these products because you're buying straight from the wholesaler, and you can actually start producing income for yourself. So it's like your own little home based business with all the tax write offs and everything.
Hmm.
So now not everybody has to do that. And an associate doesn't mean that you want to do the business. It means you're a customer of these products. But just in case, we're going to go ahead and include the business. And our business is not one of having inventory and selling it. This is powerful, this principle right here. It's called the qualified order. So the company really wants to create freedom in our lives. And so they said, we're going to set the qualifying order so low for you to be qualified to get paid from us that just a customer who has no interest in the business will be qualified. So what does that mean? It means I need to order a certain amount of product every month. Now, in traditional business and in a lot of networking companies, they make you buy inventory and sell it to be qualified for your total volume in your group, your organization.
Hmm.
We don't. So 100 PV, PV stands for personal volume. It just means how much you're going to consume. Now over here it says 100 BV. PV and BV are the same thing, but this is going to be the total group volume. As you share it with people and they share it with people, it's going to create a business volume that you're going to get paid on. So it's your entire group's volume that you're going to get paid on. Do you see that distinguishing difference?
Yeah, so it depends on the team, on
Yeah.
how. Okay.
Yep. If the team's buying, then you're going to get paid on that total BV. If you're just purchasing, then it's your own purchasing volume. And as a customer, you don't even have to buy 100 PV, but if you want to be qualified, you do. Okay.
So my buying, all the buyings that I personally do, help support my upline. Is that fair to
Yeah,
say?
yeah, they're getting paid a percentage on your volume that you're ordering, even though you're just a customer.
Got it. Okay.
Now, when you become a business partner, means you're going to share it with other people. Do you see how you'll be increasing your upline's volume, business volume that they'll get paid on?
Uh-huh.
That's called leverage. And you'll have people who will join your business eventually that are going to do the same thing for you.
Right.
What I love about it is that everybody gets paid the same percentage. The person at the top isn't making more, they just have more people ordering. So everybody gets paid 6%. Our top income earner in the company is getting paid 6%. So do you once you make yourself qualified. So 2 bottles of product B, isogenesis, is a qualified order. That's enough for 2 people. So see how easy that is if a husband and spouse are just going to use this one product and they're only going to be
Hmm.
customers, guess what? They're qualified. If there's only one person in the household, maybe they want to use isogenesis and have a shake a day. 2 canisters of shake and 1 bottle of product B, that's enough for a month for one person. That's a qualified order. It's actually more. So is this. So it's very easy to get a qualified order. Now what the person has to decide is, do I want to really do the business? And the business doesn't mean that you're going to start clocking in, you're going to quit your job. It just means you can share it whenever you want with whoever you want. And so to start getting paid, like to have a payday, Isogenics says, well, you got to have products moving. And if you want to have that payday and start getting paid on the total group volume, first thing you need to do is enroll 2 people that will order on a month-to-month basis the minimum PV. They're going to order the minimum amount of, that 100 PV. So even
Hmm.
if they're just customers that are already ordering more than the 100 PV and you enrolled them, you sponsored them, they're going to keep you qualified as a consultant. And you need 2. One, let's call this your left team, and let's call this your right team. You
They'll
need
they'll
one.
be doing.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry to interrupt, David. They'll be doing the same thing as I am, but they can also not be in business per se. They'll just be buying wholesale
Yep,
for
they
their
can
own
just be a
personal
customer.
stuff,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that'll still make me a consultant.
Yep, as long as you've enrolled 2, one on the left and one on the right.
And enrolled meaning having auto ship,
They don't
right?
necessarily have to have auto ship because you can go in there and make a purchase right now today in your own website and they'll ship it out tomorrow. Auto ship just ensures that it's going to happen and they may forget, so you don't want to go inactive as a consultant because if they don't order, then you go inactive as a consultant. So auto ship ensures that they're going to get their products one, and it ensures that you're going to stay active as a consultant.
Okay, so but in fact, they need to be enrolled as an associate and pay the $29 yearly fee.
Yeah, they paid their
Okay,
29. They have their own website. Okay.
okay,
Yep.
okay. And they can
And
always choose. They can always
yeah,
choose to be a business partner in the near future or whenever,
just
right?
exactly like you did. Yep.
Just like I did. Perfect.
And
Okay.
it's typically how most people come in because they don't know what kind of results they get. And then when they get the amazing results like you have, they're like, wait a second, I think other people could use this product because they're not getting the results and I am now, and I wasn't getting them until I put these. So your eyes kind of open up to the greater possibilities. And until you decide that, the company doesn't penalize you. It's so cool. They're so generous.
Okay.
Now, uh, what happens is when you hit consultant, a payday is coming. You get $50 for doing that, first of all, for hitting consultant. So here's this thing, the company doesn't even know who you are other than you're this name in the computer with your account. but they know they need to pay you because you have all of that being processed in your website. You could even see how much you're going to get paid day by day. And so they're going to send you a card that they load money on. It's just a Visa debit card, like any Visa debit card. You can't go in the hole on it. It's only going to put money on there and then you can spend it. So when you hit consultant, they owe you $50. They're going to send you the card and it's going to show up in the mail. And that 50
Mm-hmm.
bucks will be loaded on there. They pay us every Monday. Now, when you start getting business volume and you have more people ordering, so you get paid 6% on everyone on unlimited depth, no blocking. What does that mean? I didn't understand these terms. Like, explain that to me. Well,
Uh-huh.
that means if your friends start enrolling people and their friends start enrolling people, you're going to have people ordering products in your organization that you don't even know them. But the computer knows that they're in your group and it will calculate that volume. And we get paid 6% on unlimited depth, not just so many levels down or so many generations. You get paid on everybody in your group, no matter who brings them in, as
Mm-hmm.
long as you're a
I've,
consultant.
I've heard some of the companies, that's where they stop. Um, they actually block that, and so that you can no longer grow anymore.
Right, exactly. And they'll have you
Okay.
go wider, make more teams. It's called a matrix, and they have what's called breakaways where people in your downline, you don't get paid on them anymore because
Okay.
you're making so much money. We don't want you to make that much, so we're going to make you do something harder, build another leg, and we're going to take that one and break it away from you. Okay, so that's greedy companies when they don't necessarily have to be doing that. Our company doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's that?
No, no. Continue, please.
Okay. So as when you have a great product, it's just like a great movie. It spreads through word of mouth. People go to a movie and they get the result they were looking for, to be highly entertained. They're going to share that movie with other people and their experience. Same thing with these products. So let's just say this is Susie right here, and you enrolled Susie. Well, let's say Susie enrolled all these people. You're going to get paid 6% on all these people. Not just because you personally enrolled Susie and this is the next level down, but because you get paid on everybody. Let's say that we just daisy chained this together. Susie and shared it with this guy, Tom. Tom shares it with her. This gal enrolls this guy. This guy enrolls these two. They enroll these people. You still get paid 6% on everybody, no matter how many generations it gets from the person you personally enrolled or how deep. That's
Wow. Mm-hmm.
leverage. That's instituting a principle that I wasn't instituting as a mechanic. I was trading time for money, therefore I only got paid on the time that I put in. Susie's putting in the time with her team, and the company's paying me the same percentage on all of them as though I enrolled them. There's no difference.
Mm-hmm.
When I got that, I couldn't sleep. That made me psychologically employable when I really understood it. That just means more money's coming to me. But there's three things that are going to happen that didn't happen as a mechanic. Leverage. If I wasn't working, I didn't get paid. Here, I could be doing whatever. I could be at the beach, but Susie's out there working it because she's hungry. She's not going out and working it for me. Like, she's not an employee for me. She just sees the opportunity to change the environment in her home for her family. So she aggressively goes out and shares it proactively, and she's just really skilled at doing it. Well, I'm going to be blessed because she's in my downline,
Okay.
in my organization. Now, remember, we have a left team and a right team. So we got to be making sure both teams are growing. Now, it's leverage because Susie's doing that work. It's residual because these guys that she enrolls, they're going to consume the product, and at the end of the month, they're going to need more. So they're going to have to order more. That's a residual benefit. Like, if I'm selling homes, I'll probably only sell a home to that person once in my lifetime. But these people are coming back every month to order more product because they love it and they can't get these results from anywhere else. And it's
Ye-
passive. Passive means that I don't have to be involved in creating that 6%. Neither does Susie with these people. Why? Because she set them up with their own account where they're ordering their own products from their home on their computer.
Mm-hmm.
So when we really get this and we really understand the power of these products and how they work, the residual nature of it, and the passive income, You get enough people in your downline that are customers and business partners growing your business, man, that's a life of freedom. Now, the top 5% in our country, they make $330,000 or more a year, 330,000 a year. That'll put you in the top 5%. Out of those top 5%, there's very, very few that have residual passive income, because you could be a wealthy CEO, but you lost all your hair because it's so stressful, right? And
Sure.
you're married to that job because you're in charge of all of these people. So what people are wanting is their free time, their freedom, and that's what passive income will allow. So let me just share a principle here that I learned from Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. See, I hit a six-figure income with this compensation plan. For me, it was in 13 months, but I didn't understand the principle behind it. And since I didn't understand the principle, I couldn't really teach it to others. When I understood this, I'm like, everybody needs to know this. What is leverage? So if you work for 10 hours a day and you get paid for each one of those hours, at the end of the 10-hour day, how many hours are you going to get paid for?
10.
Yes. Now, J. Paul Getty said, I would rather have 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own. So if you had 10 people working for you just 1 hour a day, how much are you going to make that day?
10 people working 1 hour a day. Um, what was your question?
How much will you make having those people work for you? How many hours will you have labored
Well,
having those people
10.
work for you? 10. Yeah,
10,
it's the
right?
same, right? Whether
Mm-hmm.
you work those hours or you have somebody else working those hours in your behalf, it's the same.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is where it really can sink in. When I work 25 hours in a day, pause, wait a second, that's impossible. I can't work 25 hours in a day because there's only 24. So I was trying to work as many hours of those as I could, 16 to 18 hours a day, with my paper out, going into work on the cars at the dealership, and then fixing cars at home in my driveway until the late hours of the night. That was killing me, and I still didn't have enough money to get through the month for me and my family. So that's impossible. So there's a limit on how much I can make in trading time for money. Lawyers do it, doctors do it, mechanics do it, massage therapists do it, the cashier at the Walmart is doing it. You're limited. There's a ceiling on how much you can make, and that's how much you're going to charge per hour. So the doctor and the lawyer, they charge more for hours, so they're more wealthy, but they don't have their freedom. If they're not working, they're not getting paid. That's where the passive and residual comes in. Now, here's how I make the impossible possible. I have 25 people working 1 hour a day for me. That's possible. So now there's no ceiling. I could have 50 people working for me 1 hour a day. I just doubled more than there are hours in a day. Now, here's the thing that I love about isogenics. It takes the law of compensation into effect, which is so important that we institute these principles. Susie's not working for me. She's improving her life. It's the generosity of isogenics to pay me equally on Susie's efforts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so she's improving her environment, but because I'm supporting in one way or another, Susie got into my group because I did, whether directly or indirectly. I told a friend who told a friend who told a friend who told a friend who told Susie. So had I not told my friend, it wouldn't have gotten to Susie. Isogenics realizes that each one of us are a key and an integral part to their company growing. And if you look at this, I read a book called Happy Pocket Full of Money, and it said in the future, there will be companies who make not only provide a solution with their products, they're going to enable their customers to become wealthy and in the process become wealthy themselves, the company. That's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what isogenics is, providing a solution through a product, but giving that person to create and generate wealth in their life, which then in turn makes the company wealthy.
Absolutely. I love that book. It's awesome.
So let's just show the compounding effect of what could happen with your business as you're growing it. Now, this is for training purposes only, but you could literally do this theoretically with our compensation plan. It's factual. So if you've ever seen a penny doubled for 30 days, it shows the compounding effect, which it's a geometric progression. And when you use numbers, it's mind-boggling. Some people call it the eighth
Hmm.
wonder of the world. And so you can ask an unsuspecting individual, hey, would you rather me pay you a penny doubled for 30 days, or would you rather take $1 million right now up front, right here in this briefcase? And a lot of times they'll say, well, I'll take the $1 million because a penny doesn't sound like very much, not even over 30 days. So this is the compounding effect. And it's the same thing as our compensation plan. You get in, you get on products, and you enroll two customers. Once you enroll two customers, you get paid on everybody that comes in, right? On unlimited depth, no blocking, no breakaways. So watch the compounding effect if everybody just shared it with two people in isogenics in your group. If everybody just shared it with only two people, we go 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. See, it's not just doubling like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's a geometric progression. So by the time we get to the 10th day, that penny is up to $5.12. That's not a lot of money. But what if you transmuted that into people joining your group on that day? That's 510 people that just joined your organization by everybody only sharing it with two people. And everybody knows two people that could use better nutrition, right? So 512 people, that's 512 orders that you just got paid 6% on.
Yeah, yeah.
Now let's show the
Wow,
geometric progression. When we get to day 15, how many people just enrolled in your group on that one day?
wow. 163,000?
What
No?
16? No, it threw me off too. I wasn't very good at math, but I had to sit here and look at it. Wait, what is that? It's
16,000.
16,384.
Wow.
If everybody was
That's
just, I'm going to show you on a graph. What were you going to say?
that I was going to say, I mean, 16,000 at 6%.
Yeah.
Um, you know, that's a blessing, David. That's a blessing. As a residual income, that's amazing.
And it's a blessing for everybody, not just me, but I'm adding
Absolutely.
value to other people's lives, like incredible value with these products.
Hmm.
Now, if we were just, everybody was ordering 2 bottles of isogenesis, let's just say everybody's just ordering 2 bottles of isogenesis here. Before I hit this 13th level, I would be making over $50,000 a month in our compensation plan
At what level now?
before you even got to the 13th level.
Yes. Be making 50K a month?
Yep. I'll show you
Wow.
that in just a second, but let's just really impress people with the power of geometric progression. So here we're at 524,288 people. 524,000? I don't even have that many people in my group, and I'm making a 7-figure income annually. So now it really starts to show the progression. So if the person picked the $1 million in the briefcase, they're feeling pretty good about themselves because we're only at 167,000, a far cry
Hmm.
from a million, right? But watch what happens over the next 5 days with this geometric progression. 300,000, 600,000, 1.3 million, 2.6 million, $5.3 million. They missed out on over $4 million by taking the briefcase.
Hmm.
Now, if there's one more day in the month, now you're at 10 million.
Dave, I remember listening to an audiobook, and I just they were speaking exactly of this. I did not comprehend. I was just not ready for it. It's clicking in now. I understand. I needed the visual just like it is right now. Thank
Yeah,
you so much. Yeah.
it's bridging that gap, right? So here
Uh-huh.
you are, or me, or whoever else, and we've enrolled our two. We just got paid 6% on that 20th person that just enrolled right here.
Wow.
Every single person Isogenics pays you on. It collects that BV and calculates it. So look familiar? Consultant. So let's go through. A consultant is when you enroll two. That's the second level. This right here, getting to manager, there's rank advancements. If you did this right here where you enrolled two people and they enrolled two people, you'll make, if you do that in the first 60 days from when you're enrolled, you'll get a $500 bonus. Remember, I told you if
Mhm.
you hit consultant right here, when you hit consultant, they give you 50. You help
Uh-huh.
two people to do that, two people, they'll give you $100 for each one, no matter how long that takes you. If you do it in less than 60 days from when you were sponsored, you'll make a $500 bonus
Is
altogether.
that what the bonuses are, meeting the time frame that
Yeah.
they want? Okay.
Yeah, now the crystal bonus is $250. They're matching the bonuses that you would get anyways. So if you enroll a person and they hit consultant, they're going to give you $100 every time you do that as a bonus. Whether it takes you 60 days or 6 months, it doesn't matter. But if you do it in the 60-day time frame, then you'll get a matching bonus of $250.
Okay. I'm
So
really glad they. Thank you so much. I'm really glad we're having this visual webinar. It's really solidifying and I'm more understanding of it for me.
yeah,
Thank you.
asking the
It makes
questions, being
sense.
interactive, it's great.
Yeah,
And
the distinction between the consultant on the right here that you have, and then the compounding effect on the other side. It's the same thing,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Okay.
And 95% of people in our country don't do that when it's right there available,
Wow.
just because they're ignorant to it. It's a dinosaur business model. Now, if people are loving what they do and they are like they can't wait to do it every day, like they're jumping out of bed, then that's a successful person. They don't need geometric progression and that freedom that they're looking for because they already have it. But if you're not happy with your current condition, you don't have to stay stuck. And
Hmm.
most people feel stuck like I did. I was backed into a corner where I was doing things I didn't want to do anymore. I was unhappy. And, I was in that survival mode. I was in a rut, not knowing how to get out of it. So, yeah, I mean, this is an empowering thing to get to know. The thing also, there was one other thing I was going to make clear. It was, so like as a customer, you're coming in just as a customer, and let's say you're trying the products for 3 months. Well, you missed that 60 days to do this, right? Because we just weren't ready. Like I wasn't ready in the beginning to hear about the business. The company does what's called a crystal reset. They just did one January 9th. So if you were enrolled in November, you missed this 60-day period to do that. Well, they reset it on January 9th. So I think it goes up to like March 9th or the 14th or something like that. Everybody was like they were enrolled brand new on January 9th. So it'll give you an opportunity to get that $250 matching bonus when you do this. They've done the
I
crystal reset many times. Like they typically seem to do it like every 6 months, but it's not a guarantee that they're going to do it, but they've been doing it pretty consistently. Um, so even I, being in for 10 years, could go and do this again with two new people I enroll, get them to enroll two people, and I'll make the $500 bonus, even though I've been in for 10 years or almost 12 years. The company is very generous. So here's that 100 BV I was talking about. If everybody was ordering 2 bottles of product B and you're getting almost to this 13th level with that minimum order, you'd be making over 50,000 a month. Residual passive income, as long as people are keep ordering the products. That's how a mechanic becomes a multimillionaire. I would have never made $1 million in my lifetime as a mechanic and a paper route boy. But now I've made over 5 million because of leverage, because of this principle of cause and effect. You act a certain way, you get a certain effect. When I aligned
absolutely.
myself with the principle of leverage, residual and passive income, I started getting that effect in my life. And who
That's
can do
amazing.
that? Anybody can do that. It takes work, it takes effort. It's the amount of work that I put in and the focus and the concentration and building the skills. It's not easy, but it's simple.
Right,
Getting up and
right.
driving for 4 hours every day isn't easy, but we do it. So it's a matter of just being consistent and learning the skills. But I mean, you have team effort here. So if you're in my group and you're down here on this 27th level, I have every reason to want to support you and help you become successful because that's going to help me become more successful. And we're going to make a bigger impact in the world. And to me, it's about the impact that I'm making in the world. This is cool right here. Like money isn't everything, but it ranks right up there with oxygen, right? You can't live without it. And the more you have, the less you think about money. The less money you have, the more you think about money. The more money you have, the more you get to do what you were born to do and what you desire to do. And I've always kept that the main focus, is helping people to move forward in their lives with their health, and then the money is a result. This over 5 million now is a result of me keeping the main thing, and it still is for 12 years, helping people to move forward with their health. So infinite potential, literally, we're unlocking it in people because there's no ceiling on that I just shared with you. There's no boss that says, you're making too much. Isogenics has never said that. So I want to, and I'm always looking for leaders, for people that want to help. Why? Because I want to cause a ripple effect where we unlock more people's infinite potential. I call that bringing heaven to earth. And that's my lifetime goal. Isogenics is the vehicle that's enabling me to do that. And it's empowering all of us to live our life on purpose. Now, do you want, and so when somebody goes to enroll, I made this enrollment form. We have over 60 products in Isogenics. These are the ones that I've chosen to lead with. And so I share with the people, look, if you're ready to get started, if you're ready to start causing the behavior to give you the results like I've shared with you today in the presentation, and I've gone through the product presentation, to get started on 2 bottles, it's $150 for 2 bottles. That's enough for 2 people. Look, it's 103 BV. So even though you may want to be a customer, I just want to let you know that you've got a qualified order. And if there's only one of you, then you need 1 bottle of Isogenesis and 2 canisters of shake. It comes in 3 flavors, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Try 2 of them, add the other one for a different one next month, and you can try all 3 flavors, see which one you like the best, but you only need 2. That's 108 BV, and you're replacing meals with this one. So now you're going to be saving money because our meals are less than $2.75 a meal. You go to Subway, you're going to pay double that. So we're replacing meals with that one. This one is going to give you the amazing results that people are wanting, and that unprecedented product. So you take the cost of the product plus the membership, and that's a yearly membership, and then your tax and shipping. Put your payment method down. Give this to the person that got you here. They will put you in the organization, enroll you. You're going to have your own website, and the products are going to ship directly to you. And so now it's a passive residual income for the person that sponsored you, and you're getting the results you want and the support that you're going to need from that individual who has a special interest in you getting the best results. The best
That
people in this business are those that roll out the red carpet and give unimaginable customer support. That makes
absolutely.
sense?
That's where I got hooked on, Dave, is the support and just the whole environment of team support, and the everybody's on the same wagon. It seems like everybody's supporting everybody, no matter how small the results are for one at the beginning, and they're all like, I mean, I see it on Facebook all the time. One making a salt, and then everybody praises, that one individual. That's truly, that to me says a lot. It's just it's one village supporting, one and everybody. I love that.
Yeah, it's a movement, and that's the bigger picture of isogetics. A customer may never fully understand that movement until they choose to be a part of it. And then, like you've
Right.
been looking around, right? You've been seeing it. It is a movement, and people are out there wanting to earn income. They have a career. Maybe they took the wrong path where it wasn't, the actual direction they wanted to head in life, but now they're stuck in that rut. It gives so much hope to a person to know that when they embark on this, they're not going to be doing it on their own.
Hmm.
So I want to show you one other part now on how you actually get paid your commission on that total group volume. Okay, so that you can
Okay.
start to process what's your plan of action that you're going to take. So let me just
Yes.
scroll down to this one here. Now these are snapshots from what your website looks like. So it actually looks like this. We call it a back office where you go and order your products as a customer. But it's also going to show you the business volume that's being accumulated by the group. And you may already have a group under you that's ordering, even though you're just a customer. Because remember, there's only 2 teams. And so you have to be in sponsoring new people in that downward momentum. That means the
Question.
people who are, what's that?
Question, real quick. I've noticed there's some people in my downline. How did that come to be? Is that you set that up? You enrolled them?
Me and the team above you. Yeah, that's right. You have quite a few people under you. You have some networkers that are building this business for themselves and their family, and you're getting the spillover of their enrollments.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
powerful place to be. Okay. So that means
Okay.
that there is actually money in your bank, and I'll show you how all that works. So when you got enrolled, I clicked on a square and I placed you in my organization. I get to put you anywhere I want in my downline, my left team or my right team,
Uh-huh.
and I can put you on any leg I want. Like there's what we call an outside leg, and then there's inside legs. Most companies are going to block you on those inside legs. Our company doesn't. So I actually enrolled you in a space that would most benefit you from the people that were working the business. I knew they would enroll people under you. And if the time ever came to where we are right now, you would be very blessed because of that, where I position.
Okay.
Okay. So what this is called, it's a chart in your back office, and each one of these are a week. We get paid every Monday. So this is the current week. This is the week before that, the week before that. So it's showing you 5 weeks. And this is going to show you the business volume that was accumulated each week for your left team and your right team. And you have to have volume coming between both teams to get paid. And we get paid in what's called cycles. We like to say, yeah, you're going to be a professional cycler. You may have never even stepped on a bike before, but you're now a professional cycler, right? So it'll calculate the cycles in real time based on the BV that's coming between the two teams. If you only have one team where there's only people on the left side because people above you have been putting them down on that left side under you, then you're only going to see volume on this side, and it'll be a savings account that just keeps accumulating more and more volume. So what would have to happen is you would need to get to consultant and then start building your right team to get the money out of this left team that's accumulated and sitting there like in a savings account. So you'll see how that works right now.
Okay.
So the way you read this box is I'm active. I've ordered a qualified order. I'm over 100, so I'm active until September 6th. Well, my auto ship is going to go out on September 5th with the exact same order. So when September 5th comes around at 12 o'clock at night, it's going to charge my card and send the products the next morning. So that would move it forward to what, September, October, 30 days out. Okay, and the auto ship just keeps moving it. Every 30 days, it's going to automatically ship, and I'll continue to stay active. Now, when I get enrolled or anybody gets enrolled, it's going to automatically open up 2 boxes. In the website, you click on that box and it brings up the enrollment form. When you finish the enrollment form and the order and the payment method, and you click order, you're going to come back to this where you can see your downline, and it's going to have that person's name in the box with how much PV they ordered.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
what you did for me?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So let's say I enroll Bob and I enroll Pam. Now I have 2 people in my group. Where this said 0, I now have 2
Mm-hmm.
members. And Bob ordered 100 PV. Since Bob's on my left team, this is going to calculate that order. And Pam is on my right team. It's going to calculate over on this side. So Bob's order, oh wait, I'm stepping ahead of myself. So now that I've just enrolled 2 people and they have a qualified order, it's going to take me from associate to that next important consultant where I have a payday now.
Mm.
It'll say that. It'll change to consultant in your box. And Bob's order is going to go on my left team, and Pam's order is going to go on my right team. And my volume that I personally enroll is going to go to whichever side it benefits me the most. The computer will just automatically put it there. It holds it in a holding tank until you get to consultant. And that holding tank with your personal orders will go up to whatever side serves you the best. Now, I'm going to get a $50 bonus because I got to consultant. The person that sponsored me is going to get $100. Now, we're going to teach Bob how to get a payday. Now, here's how we get our commission, our cycle. So we want the numbers to go up over here, 1, 2, 3. Every time I get a cycle, it's $54. So if I have 2 cycles here so far for the week, I know I made 108. 2 times 54 is $108. A cycle pays 54 bucks. That's 6% of the team volume. How do I get that cycle? This is the ratio. On one team, I need to get to 300, and on the other team, I need to get to 600. So let's say we're going to take the 600 from the right side and the 300 from the left in this example. The computer will take the 600 from whichever side gets there first. That's what makes our compensation plan so powerful, is that it takes advantage of your fastest growing team. Most companies do it the opposite. They'll take the 600 from your slowest growing team, so it takes longer to get paid. We don't do that. We're going to take the 600 from whichever one gets there first, and then the other side needs to hit 300 and you get paid. So Bob enrolls Joe and Deb, and Pam enrolls Tim and Dan. Joe, now I have 6 people. Joe orders 150. It's going to be added to this that's already there. We don't drop this off at the end of the week and you start over at 0. It stays in there like rollover minutes. So we're going to add the 150 to the 100. Now we're at 250. Deb orders 125. Now it's up to 375. Now we know we've hit at least 300 on one side. Now all I need is 600. So I'm at 200. I need another, close to 400 more BV. Now I'm going to get paid $100 because Bob, who I personally enrolled, just went to consultant, and Bob's going to get $50. These are bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a passive income because you're going to get that only when somebody hits consultant that you personally enrolled. The passive income is right here. These people reordering their products and creating BV. Now Pam enrolls Tim. That's on your right team. Imagine an imaginary line coming down and dividing this side as your left and this side as your right. Well, Tim is on my right team, on Pam's team. So Tim's volume is going to be added to the right team. Dan orders 225. Now Pam just became what?
A consultant.
Yep, so you get another $100 and Pam gets 50. And Dan's order goes to this side, which now I did it. 300 and 600, I got a cycle. That cycle will show up immediately. It'll subtract the 300, it'll subtract the 600, and just wait for somebody else to do an order on either team.
Oh, okay, okay.
So if Bob
Mm.
and Joe and Deb are all on auto ship, when it reaches that date for their auto ship to go out, while you're asleep, you're going to be calculating BV because the computer doesn't go to sleep. That's
Mm-hmm.
passive income. And Bob and them are not trying to make you wealthy, the company is. And they say, we'll pay you 6% on every order, every reorder, on everybody, on unlimited depth. So you can see the more you promote the products proactively and you're enrolling more people, you're going to facilitate that geometric progression. And eventually you're going to enroll somebody who's hungry and ready, and they become passionate about the results they got on the products, and they want everybody to feel like that. That was me,
Mm-hmm.
a mechanic who had no experience in network marketing. And I had an experience, and it said, hey, Dave, you always wanted to make an impact in life. You wanted to make a difference in the world. I think you can make a difference with this. This is the conversation that was going on in my head because of the results that I got. So now it calculates daily and pays weekly. The more people that are in your group on both teams, the more times you're going to hit 300 and 600 every day. So I have 226,000 people in my group now. I've only enrolled about 150. I'm getting paid 6% on all over 225,000 people.
Wow.
That's the kind of life everybody wants to live. Now, the ones that are going to live it are the ones that do the work. A lot of people are going to say no. A lot of people are not going to want to do the business. Some people may not even want to continue with the products. But you keep going forward. You keep telling your energetic, enthusiastic story. You keep supporting people. You do that mundane thing day after day, and it builds into a dynasty and a legacy. It has to. These products work too well. There are too many people that are ready, praying for this. And, you think you found Isogenics through your diligence. God put it in your path. It found you because of some desires that you've had. There are a lot of people out
Absolutely.
there that are praying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been putting it out there in the universe. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, I have come to a total shift of paradigm shift, if you will, Dave, in terms of just I'm not the same person anymore. Absolutely not. It's just I see different. I see everything now, and this is one of the elements that I'm missing in my life right now. Uh, being able to contribute in such a way, but at the same time be compensated for my great efforts that I genuinely uh, deserve.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah.
This is going to be a huge blessing, this recording, because this is real. Like, you just got started on the products. You texted me on Friday, hey, Dave, I'm interested in the business. Can you show me how that works? And here we are, on Monday
Hmm.
doing that. I have chills everywhere. And this will be a video that people can share with other people as they're getting on the products, as they're thinking about getting on the products, because some people are out there just working it, and their family is in shambles. They say that 50% of marriages that end up in divorce could have been saved had they had an extra $500 a month. $500 a month is like 2 cycles a week. It's very simple to create that kind of income, but it doesn't have to stop there. The company doesn't say, hey, you're making too much for the position that we've hired you for, so therefore we're going to change your percentages that we're commissioning you on. Our
Hmm.
company wants to create more 6 and 7 figure income earners than any other company in history. And at this point, we've done over 210 millionaires in our company. You have a company like Walmart, who's $1 billion, billions of dollars a year. They've never created any millionaires. They've never created any 6 figure income earners out of their employees. So, and to be able to have the passive and residual income, it allows people more time with their family and to do the things that they enjoy doing. And so for me, it wasn't, I'm going to be a millionaire when I got in. It was, I'm going to get to where I have enough money to where I'm ahead. Instead of being in the red, I'm going to be in the black at the end of the month. And then from there, it went to, I'm going to take my wife to dinner and a movie, because we never went to dinner and a movie at the same time. So it was these little things that I was working towards. And once I hit them, I'm like, why stop there? I want a new car. This is not the car we want to be driving. And so I just went out and I got into more action. I was in control of my pay raises. And then at a certain point, I wasn't in control of my pay raises anymore, because I got people in my downline, either through me directly or indirectly, who were hungry. And they started building their organization like it was do or die, and I got
Hmm.
blessed on that. So yeah, I want to thank you for the opportunity to be able to share this with you, and for you saying, hey, Dave, we need to record this. So what a powerful tool.
Absolutely. I want to have access to this, Dave, because I want to watch it over and over again until this really sinks in. Thank you so much. This really supports me. And I know there's other webinars by the by the founders of the Isogenics, on YouTube and all that, and within the company. This is more into detail, more on, for me, it supports me a little different, and it's the same thing, but it's great. It helps me. Um, just like your podcast is just another. The very first five podcasts that I listened to, it was down to earth kind of feeling that yeah, I understand this. I understand this man, what he's trying to say. And so I'm five podcasts away from being current on that, Dave. So I want to
Wow.
thank you on that as well. It's taking me about a year and a half to reach that, but I do listen. Big fan of it, and I've learned lots of it. I'm also working on listening to David Wood
Mm.
and all of that. I plan on attending. I believe it's in April, mid-April, in is it Georgia or New Jersey? I'm not sure. Back east, and so he's going to have an event, and I'm committed to attending that event as well with my wife.
Oh, that's going to be, is probably the Isogenics University, or the
Yes, it
University
is.
of Action. You're going to
Uh-huh.
love David Wood, and big contributor to the success of so many people in Isogenics, and his commitment to, giving everything he's got so that people
Hmm.
can internalize that. Well, I'm going to stop the recording now, but thank you so much, George, for for being a part of this and contributing. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be impacted by this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.